Hi guys, welcome back to another video where today we're checking out these 4 diecast models. Make sure to stay to the end because you don't want to miss this one. But let's jump straight in, starting off with a street weapon Honda Civic EG6, which as you can see comes in this really nice fighter style livery. Obviously we have already unboxed a street weapon model on the channel before, being the Honda Odysseys, or Honda Odyssey in the previous video, or one of the previous videos, but as you can see, this comes in the same packaging, just the standard street weapon sleeve, and obviously it's got the car on the backing plate as well. Obviously, this model is also numbered, but this time, as you can see, it's number 1 out of 500. Now, I'm not too sure if it's actually number 1 or it's just 1 of 500 just in general. But as you can see, it's got the Street Weapon X Ghost Player on the base plate with the Civic EG6 writing on as well. Just nice and clean, and as you can see, just displays the model really well. But now with the model off the base and in hand, you can see a few more details that you couldn't before. For example, that bright blue brake caliper on the front, as you can see, it stands out so much, and when you spin the wheel it does stay in place. You can see all the decals are very well applied as well. Obviously they are gloss on a matte finish, so they do stand out a lot more, and you can kind of see where they're applied, but not too much that it does cause an issue. As you can see, the detail on this model isn't bad at all either, with the taillights being really realistic, and also you can see the tow hook and the exhaust with the muffler. Now the tow hook is a little bit delicate, so do be careful if you do choose to unbox this model, but other than that you can see it's very sturdy and very well made. Now I do have to say, proportionally I do think they could have got this model a little bit better, especially on the rear, as I do think the roof lines are a little bit too aggressive and a little bit too pointy, as an actual Civic EG is more round on the rear window. It's not as straight and aggressive. Now, just being a little bit extra nitpicky proportion wise, I would say that the front bonnet line and the bumper is a little bit too aggressive as well, but that's not really as noticeable as the rear is, so I will stick to that being the main focus point for the negatives of this model, which honestly there isn't really that many. As you can see, other than the actual portion of the roof lines, it's very well proportioned in the actual size, as it fits extremely well in the diorama. It's the right size as an actual EG Civic would be compared to other models. But with that being said, if you do like your Honda Civics, I would recommend getting this model, as it is very well done. But now let's get into the second model, which is this really cool Audi ABT RS5. Now this model is by Scale Mincro. Now I've never heard of them, nor have I never seen a model from them before, so I was super excited to check this out. Now all of the models in today's video did cost £25, so like I say, I was really excited when I saw an Audi RS5 pop up, as I'd never actually seen one around that price range before, or a fairly decent one anyway. But as you can see, the packaging was quite cool. It's got this really cool glitch coloured effect on it with the different colours, and also all the warnings and the logo in the corner. But what you will see is a running theme throughout this video is this model is also numbered to 500 as well, but this one being number 355. But the main aspect of this car was the paint job. As you can see, it comes in this really cool colour changing or colour shifting paint, which is honestly absolutely incredible when you do get the light on it. But that's not the only thing. As you can see, there is a lot of detail on this model as well. As you can see, it's got that slightly yellow tinted sunroof and also the yellow tinted rear window. But as you can see on the front of the model, it's got the blacked out Audi badge, the ABT number plate, and also the wheels are fixed in place, but you can see that huge brake kit behind them with the huge red brake calipers as well on them brake discs, which are very nicely detailed. It's not just a solid brake caliper either, there's actually detail and depth in them. You can also see, obviously like I say, it comes with a heated rear window on the yellow tinted window, but you can also see there's an extremely detailed interior. You can see all the dials on the dashboard, see the whole entire dashboard and the center console, just everything. The seats are nicely done. Overall, this model is absolutely incredible. Amongst all the detail in the interior, you can also see the headlights are very nicely detailed and proportioned, so are the tail lights as well. The rear of the model looks absolutely fantastic and so realistic to the Audi RS5 in real life. It's just absolutely spot on. Like I say, I've never heard of Brie scale Micro before, but if I do get the chance to buy them again, I will definitely be doing so, as this model has really beat my expectations. Obviously, for the most realistic of shots, the colour shifting paint doesn't really work in a diorama, but honestly this car just looks fantastic. So obviously from one certain angle it can look green, from one certain angle it can look purple. As you see, it's just absolutely incredibly done. Now onto the third car, which is this Aurora Models HKS Mini Cooper. Now, just like the previous car, I've never checked out Aurora Models before, so this was again a first for me. Now, as you can see, I really do like this style of packaging, as it really secures the acrylic case and the model itself. It's really easy to open, and it's just really durable. Obviously, it's got this really simple black and white finish with Aurora Models and their logo. Obviously, again, all the warnings that you would need. Now, the backing plate has got the Aurora Models and it's just nice and clean. Again, just a nice little touch. Now, something I did notice was the base actually is Time Micro, which now I don't know if this is a side brand of Time Micro, but it was something I did notice, and you will see when I do show the model on the base. But you can see this model is also numbered, like I say, but this one is out of 499, this one being 148. But like I say, it was just really interesting to notice Time Micro on the back, as obviously this is an Aurora brand model. So like I say, is this a side brand of Time Micro? Let me know in the comments down below. But with the model in hand, you can see it is very well detailed. You can see the brake disc behind the wheel and also the red caliper, just like the Audi, but you can also see the mini badge as well in the middle of the wheel. Oh, something I didn't point out on the Audi was there is a little tiny ABT which you can slightly make out, but it is there. But obviously, like I say, this has got the mini badge which you can clearly make out in the center of the wheel. Now, as you can see, I did notice there was a little bit of a chip on the spoiler. Now, I haven't dropped this mod or anything, that's just a little mark properly in the spoiler, which was quite unfortunate, as it's actually really well done. This model is, you can see the overall finish of it is extremely well done. The HKS livery, very well done, and the grey paint is overall very well applied. Apart from, obviously, which isn't the application, the chip in the spoiler. Now, that is obviously quite unfortunate that has happened, but I do think with this being a numbered model, you would expect again the quality control to just be a little bit more improved. But apart from that, you can see this model is fairly well detailed. Obviously, it's got, like I say, the mini in the center of the wheels, and also some beautifully concave wheels at that. Now, the interior, the seats don't look too detailed, but you can see the interior, like the dashboard and the center console, being clearly the mini interior. Now, proportionally, I do think this model could have been a little bit more accentuated like the Time Micro, but you can see it's clearly the Mini Cooper. So now let's get into the final model, which is this really cool Honda Civic Si from TPC Models. Now, just like the Aurora Models and the Brie Scale Micro, I've never checked TPC out before, so I was super excited to check this out. Now, just like the Aurora model, you can see it comes in this really sturdy type of packaging. Obviously, it's got the TPC logo on it, it's just very clean. It's got the scale and also the age. All the warning labels you'd need on the bottom, again, just like any standard model would. I do prefer that style packaging over just a sleeve though, as it does protect the model a little bit better, and it also just doesn't get damaged as easy as your standard sleeve would. But with that being said, you can see, like I say, all of the models in today's video are numbered, this one being no different to 499 and this one being number 444. So a nice number to end the video on as well. But as you can see, it does come in the same colour paint as the Audi A5, but in my opinion the finish on this model is a lot better. as you can see, just the application in general just seems to be a lot cleaner, which is actually quite hard to do with a paint like this, as just it's super hard to get, like I say, all the colour changing in it, and it's just an absolutely incredible colour, like I did say on the Aldi. But also like the Aldi, you can see this model does not skip on the detail at all either. Obviously the wheels do spin unlike the Aldi, but you can see the bright red brake calipers with the discs as well. Super detailed, and the red really contrasts with this paint. Obviously there's no badge on the rear of the model, but you can see the Civic plate and also the really detailed tail lights, which do seem a little bit big, but the Honda Civic SI tail lights are quite big in real life. They might be proportionally a little bit too big on this model, but it's not really too noticeable. But as you can see, the front of the model is absolutely exceptional. You can clearly see that Honda badge on the front, so clear, and it's just absolutely perfect. Obviously, you can see the interior as well is very well done. You can see the harnesses on the seats, just very nice touch with the writing on them. But like I say, the detail on this model is absolutely exceptional. Like you can see, the front of the model is really where the majority of the detail is. That Honda badge is so clear, and honestly, if you take a good enough photo, you could probably get away with it being a real car. But other than that, you can obviously see the headlights super detailed, and also that front grille has got a lot of definition in as well. Obviously, it's got the heated rear window on the back, the huge spoiler, the whole car is just super aggressive, the paint job is phenomenal, and like I say, the detail on the brake discs as well. But with that being said, all of these models in today's video are very well detailed, and I would look at getting something from each of these brands definitely again. So if you would like that, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more unboxings from these brands. But like I say, I'm going to wrap up here guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.